What's going on, everybody? I wanted to make this as an intro video for those who are joining the DeepMind Programming School, formerly known as the Quantum Leap Academy. Let's talk about where to start, the process for rewiring your subconscious mind for success. Success means different things to everybody, but I typically like to tie this to really any sort of massive transformation and particularly financial abundance. So this is a template, a roadmap for where to start, how to integrate different things that you find in the DeepMind Programming School, and really things that you can apply anytime you want to make quantum leaps of transformation in your life. So let's get into it. This is a process I like to follow for rewiring the subconscious mind for success. Now note, this is a process, meaning that there's no final state. There's no end destination, and you probably won't realize that you've gotten to where you've got to until you look back. So when we say that this is a process, this means, and this is the most important part, you must recommit every day to this process. You must wake up and recommit to being disciplined. You must recommit to being the best version of yourself. You must begin again every day. You only notice change in hindsight, excuse me. So where to start? Now, there's no cookie cutter plan for rewiring the subconscious mind. This route has just proven to be effective in my work, rewiring the subconscious minds of, at this point, thousands, tens of thousands of people amongst all of my platforms put together in my one-on-one work in social media, and how I rewire my own subconscious mind and continue to do so in my own personal journey. So there's a term I want you to understand. It's one I coined called deep mind programming. Now, what does this mean? Anytime we want to make massive change, we must access the subconscious mind. We must learn to access the subconscious mind. We all have a subconscious mind. If you want to know what that is, I've made a ton of other videos on this, but it's the part of our brain that occupies uses up about 95% of our brain's processing power, and it holds our deepest beliefs, our identity, and how we perceive the world and ourselves. So our reality is based on how our subconscious mind is wired. So it's important to know, again, that we must access the subconscious mind in order to create fast and dramatic shifts in our reality. The second most important thing to know is that shifting is about subtraction rather than addition. What does this mean? Anytime I'm coaching someone or doing hypnosis work with someone, I never ask them to do anything more than what they're doing. In fact, it often has to do with stripping things away, because the best version of ourselves, we are already there deep down. Us in our most natural state, you in your most natural state, are exactly who you need to be in order to manifest your vision. Remember, the vision found you. You didn't find it. So you in your most natural state are perfectly suited to execute on that vision. The issue is we tend to block ourselves by doing things that are out of alignment with who we need to be, or limiting beliefs that are stacked up upon the beliefs that actually serve us. So the basis for this process of rewiring the subconscious mind is about doing less, which should excite you. Less is more, less of the fluff, and doing more of the right things. Now let's talk about the pillars of identity. Any change, I had an Instagram reel and a TikTok that went viral on this, but any massive change that we make is done on the identity level. And the reason why hypnosis is so powerful and why my hypnotherapy business is growing in the way it is, or has grown in the way it has, is because I understand this piece. I can understand someone's identity and why they are where they are in their lives because of the people they hang around, the places they go to and hang around, and the things that they surround themselves with. So the people they identify with, the places and the things they identify with. And I always sought to make change in these areas. All change that we make now, in the past, and beyond will fall into these brackets. So what does this mean? If we think about deep mind programming, rewiring the subconscious mind, this is where we make change. And if we understand now that shifting and making change is about subtracting rather than addition and doing less, that means we're going to take a look at these three areas and we are going to subtract. If we want to make dramatic change, you are going to cut out all of these for 21 days. You might have to self-isolate when it comes to people, places, and things, cutting out all of your current habits and slowly building back up and intentionally building back up. Now, here is how to recreate yourself. Number one, you need to start by creating an intentional morning and night routine. I'll tell you what worked for me and what works for people. And this is why I make the hypnosis audios in the Deep Mind Programming School. Upon waking up, and while you are going to sleep, you are in your bed, head down, eyes closed, I need you to start listening to hypnosis audios or affirmations upon waking and before bed for 21 days, 3 weeks. Do that for 3 weeks and everything changes. Upon waking up, right when you wake up, when you're still drowsy, and when you are sinking into the dream state, I need you listening to hypnosis audios and or affirmation audios. The ones that I've put in the Deep Mind Programming School, or some famous ones like the Bob Proctor ones. Listen to this and everything changes after 21 days. Now, why morning and night? Why is this where you start? Because upon waking and going to bed, you are essentially in a theta state. You're in a state of hypnosis. This is the state that we bring you to in hypnosis. This is when you are most susceptible to massive change. This is when your brain is at its most malleable, spongy-like state, where ideas begin to seep into the mind and grow. I promise you, this stuff works. Now, second, daily exercise. Why is this so important? To build the mind, we must build the body. To build your mind, to change and rewire your mind, you must build your body. They are interconnected. They are one and the same. One thing that helped me dramatically, and this is a cheat code, I really don't share this with people, is when I'm working out, and this doesn't have to be lifting weights or running 5 miles. This can be going for a walk. This can be doing push-ups. This can be doing jumping jacks. This can be dancing. When you are engaging in exercise, I need you to listen to your hypnosis audios or to your affirmations or to say your affirmations while you're exercising. Why? Because when you are exercising, you are inducing stress into the body. And when stress occurs, everybody has their own default reaction to stress, this fight or flight. And what happens when you want to put the weights down or you want to stop jogging is instead you are doubling down on saying these affirmations. And this is how your mind begins to respond when stress happens, even outside of exercise. Your brain will start to recall these affirmations. You'll start to find yourself saying these affirmations in moments of stress because these moments will happen during the turbulence that comes when your vision is manifesting, when change is occurring. You're starting a business, things are going to get tough. You are trying to invest, things are going to get tough. You're going to be tested by life. And in order to stay in alignment, you must hold the line no matter how hard it gets. And the easiest way to do so is to plant these affirmations of who you are and who you are becoming deep into your mind in moments of daily exercise. So again, exercise doesn't have to be powerlifting or bench pressing. It can include any type of movement daily for 21 days. This includes going for walks in the park. Number 3, curated content. I would argue that everybody is under some sort of hypnosis. It's just a matter of who is casting the hypnosis. And by and large, nowadays, 99.9% of people out there are hypnotized by the algorithm of these different social media platforms. They are being told what to believe. They're being told who they are. They're being told that they're not good enough by the algorithm. We are being hypnotized by the algorithm and the content we consume. So in order to reverse this, I need you to start consuming content of the people you want to be like for 21 days. Notice the theme of 21 days. When I work one-on-one with people, I work one-on-one with them for 3 weeks. We meet a couple of times every week for 3 weeks. That is more than enough time for me to plant the seeds of massive change in people. Content, the great thing about content is it allows you to form a new circle of peers without actually physically being around them. It's like being in the barbershop or in a bar or in a lounge with very successful people. That's what podcasts do. And I would ask you to consider who the top 5 people are that you look to as an example of success. List them down and consume all of their content. After 21 days, you're free to do whatever you want to do. But for the next 21 days, I need you to be disciplined enough to absorb as much information as possible. YouTube has changed the game if you use it right. The unfortunate part is most people let the algorithm use them, but you are here to create massive change. You're here to be wildly successful. So now it's time to create your own algorithm. Number 4 of the process. I need you to play the role. I need you to act. I need you to put on a performance for the next 21 days. I remember my first client, I booked my first client call in hypnotherapy, and I had never done a sale solo. This was a $2,500 potential client. And I remember I had to wait. I woke up out of bed one day and I decided that I was the best salesman in the world. I was the best salesman in the world. And I didn't know what that entailed. I didn't know what that looked like, but I just decided to put on a performance and act, play a role just like a child does. Imagine it. And what this does is this changes who you are, right? It literally rewires your brain. And just like our parents, our environment, and the things we were around as kids told us who we are and how we fit into the world, and we process that as we did, the more we tell ourselves that we're a certain kind of person or we're financially successful or whatever it is, the more we start to truly believe that and act that way. This is also important because, again, things are going to get turbulent. There is no change without turbulence. So expect it. Expect the tests. Expect the tests to be so real that you forget that they're tests. However, if you just stick it out and act as who you desire to be in these moments of turbulence, on the other side of that is glory and success and more money than you can imagine. The secret to maneuvering this turbulence is to see it coming, to recognize that it's going to come, and to recognize it as just temporary turbulence, and to know that it's worth it, that it's worth going through. Number 5, self-educate. This is why you're here. This is why you're in the Deep Mind Programming School. The best version of you, again, is not a final state. It's a stream. It's a path that you're on. It's this reality. The best version of you is simply the version of you that never stops learning, that decides that they are good enough to start, but that they never know enough. There's a reason why wealthy people read, why they're all avid readers. Wealth is directly correlated with the information that you have and that you know. You can always learn more. Remember I said earlier on in this video that you need to recommit to being the best version of yourself. Well, self-education is part of that. The universe rewards your effort, and the universe rewards your self-investment. The universe, God, believes in you. You must believe in you too. You must continue to carve out who you want to be in your mind. A question you should always be able to answer is, what are you reading right now? You should always have an answer to this. Reading is powerful because it programs the mind quickly. It takes you, number one, into a alpha state and also a theta state, where you are more easily, or it is easier to plant ideas into your head. And number 2, just like podcasts, it allows you to be around people, be inside the minds of people who you typically wouldn't have access to. Reading programs the mind very quickly. 21 days of all this stuff is about the time when you will notice the change. But again, know that it doesn't stop there. You must nurture the mind like you nurture a plant, like you water a flower every day, like you tend to a flower every day. If you do not nurture the mind every day through things like prayer, affirmations, hypnosis, you regress. You will always regress back to being a version of yourself that you're not necessarily proud of, or who can't get results that they're proud of. And when you don't nurture the mind, this is when self-sabotage begins to occur. This is the people who always claim that they're self-sabotaging. This is that. I'm always saying my affirmations. I'm always saying my affirmations no matter how well I'm doing. I don't skip a day because life always gets better. the nature of abundance is there's always more. A cheat code to avoid self-sabotage is to join a community like the DeepMind Programming School. All right. So I hope that helps, guys, in terms of where to start and what the process to rewiring the subconscious mind looks like. All of the offerings for every single piece we've talked about here are available in the DeepMind Programming School. Your hypnosis audios, your affirmations, curated content, community, things like that. And of course, one-on-one coaching. See you guys in the next video.